the former Big Brother Naija star and entrepreneur Anita Akide, popularly known as Tasha, has sparked fresh conversation online after sharing her candid thoughts on love, dating, and life abroad. Tasha encouraged young women to take control of their love lives instead of rushing into commitment. You need three other boyfriends in your life, she said. I am not saying you should sleep with all the boyfriends. I'm not saying you should sleep with all the boyfriends, she says, but at least you just you just really you never really you we never really know, she said. She stressed that women should never feel pressured to settle down too quickly. She said, and I quote, every girl should be single till they are actually married. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your husband. Hmm. This is really an intricate one. Tasha explained that society holds men and women to different standards, and so women must be smarter in navigating relationship. The kind of grace that the guys have is not the same kind of grace that we have, so we need to be able to move differently, she said. The TV star also shared her thoughts on living abroad, where she compared into Nigeria. She admitted that while life in Nigeria is tough, living overseas can be even more challenging. As much as it's hard here in Nigeria, it's also hard. It's even harder abroad, honestly, she said, adding that many Nigerians abroad avoid returning home out of pride. Now, Shaibs, where does this leave us if ladies start having more than one relationship partners and the guys do the same? Where does that leave us morally?
Yeah, so what do you know called? Again, I like to look at things from different. I try to look at things from different angles, different perspective, and I have this what's it even called? Like to call it like a double standard meter, and
Okay.
where I stand on that, and or depending on what's happening basically. So it's a case of you want to do something, ask yourself, if that thing was being done to me, how would I feel? Would I take it?
Hmm.
Even if it's not being done to me, if it's being done to someone I care about, how would that make me feel? It's easier for people to say things like this. I mean, sure, she said a couple of things that made sense, that I totally agree with, which is women. This is not even women, like men, in people in general should not rush into commitment. They shouldn't be pressured into committing to things when they are not fully ready, when they don't like have at least the fundamentals in place.
Hmm.
Before you start and before you commit to something, at least there are like some fundamentals you need to have. Okay, say for example, you want to get a job, you know that you need a skill. That depending on the type of job, you also need some form of certifications, either from school certifications or maybe you completed a course,
Hmm.
skill acquisition course. So you need all of those things before you think of getting a job. You don't just rush into it just because everybody's trying to get a job. Because if that happens, you get the job and you don't have the skill for it, you're going to now create like a bad name for other persons. And what's it called? You're just going to go there and start offering terrible services, which you never can tell might come back and affect someone you like. For example, take for example now, um, somebody wants to be a medical practitioner. I
Okay.
mean, sure, he has some level of formal education, but he's not certified yet. He hasn't taken the exams that he needs to show that yes, he's a certified medical practitioner. And that kind of person sort of maneuvers their way, gets the job, and it's time to treat someone, but because you don't have what it takes, you do something bad and you cause the person more harm than good.
Yeah.
you cause the person more harm than good. Who
Okay.
knows? It might even be somebody you know. Maybe your brother came into the what's it called, the hospital, and you asked to admit and you do it wrongly. So you see that this just doesn't something just doesn't affect you. It affects every other person. Like there's a possibility it could affect someone you know, someone you care about. So if we want to do things like this, we have to consider what happens to think about it. You have younger ones, you have siblings. Yeah, so how does this look? If I'm saying everybody should do this, how would I feel if it's being done to me or people I care about? So yeah,
Mm.
it's not really a good look and it's not something that I would condone basically. I don't support that.
It's not a good look and it's not something you would condone. Thank you so much. On the other part, on the other concern she raised, actually, there's actually more to it. A lot of young people, a lot of young ones now, all that's in their mind is to leave the country, and we have people outside this country currently that are there. We've had cases of people saying, okay, it's really hard overseas, yeah, but still you still find people over here who are still struggling to get out of the country and go elsewhere. Yeah, go elsewhere. Now, what's your take on it, really? And is it really pride that is making them not come back, or is it the zeal to make it regardless of all the odds?
Sorry, I think it's my network, but I didn't get the first part of the question you were asking.
Okay, now people go out of the country, yeah? People, young
Hmm.
people now, everybody wants to jackpot. That's what's in vogue right now. Yes, everybody wants to jackpot, go outside. And we have a couple of people outside the country already that are sending messages that, okay, it's not as easy as you think, really, over here. Yeah, it's not as easy as you think. Now, the question is, do you think it's pride, as Tasha has said it, that is making those ones now outside not come back to Nigeria? Or do you think it's the zeal and the tenacity to work against all odds and make it nonetheless that is still keeping them there?
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, it depends on the individual. For some persons, it could be pride. For others, it could just be, like you said, the zeal to want to strive to create a better life for them and their loved ones. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Like any sensible person would not have an issue with something like this. Because I'm out here trying. It's a cold world we live in. Everybody is basically struggling and fighting to make ends meet. Like everybody's story is different. Everybody have like a different support system. For you who knows something happens, you have something or someone to fall back to. For other persons it is not like that. It is them. There's nobody coming to save them. So that's why, like, when they do certain things, it's you find people classifying it as pride, but it's not. This person is honestly just out there trying to make a ends meet for them and their families and their loved ones.
Hmm.
So there's nothing wrong with that really.
Well, amazing thoughts right there, Shaibs. Thank you so much for your angle to this. Now, to your ones who wants to jackpot, what's your advice to them, really? And considering the fact that everybody that has gone, no, not everybody now, most people that have gone have the same reports that, okay, guys, so yes, we know, say, it tough for Niger, but it be like, say, it tough pass for here. But those people waiting now, they no go won't come back because maybe pride or, like you said, the tenacity to want to work it out nonetheless, other than come back and still face the same hardship. Now, what's your advice to that young person now that is watching the show that still has it in mind to jackpot, quote and unquote, now?
First thing I would say is do not be in a haste to make decisions. I mean, a lot of persons have made it here. A lot of persons have made it here, and like people say, like from people's experience, is you think like life is easier on the other side. It is not really. You know how they say the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's most like maybe mostly for people who mostly say that maybe people who have not gone to the other side to see what the grass actually looks like.
Looks like, yeah.
So because I mean there are a lot of stories out there. There are people so legit suffering from loneliness, depression, and whatnot. But you don't know all of these things. You just think some people just have this mentality that if I go there, like whatever it is, what I can't take it. People are
Mm.
not the same. Like people break at different degree of pressure. So, while you are thinking of, oh, I need to jackpot by all means, also think of, okay, you as a person, how well would you, how would you deal with certain things that you've heard of? Like racism, for example, now is a thing. Racism is a thing.
Yeah.
Xenophobia is a thing. So you go there, you kind of person that has maybe anger issues, you go there and somebody is like, is being racist towards you, and
Yeah.
anger gets the best of you. You do something you regret, you end up being in jail or something, and that's it. Your life is gone down the drain.
Mm.
Whereas if you were here, you wouldn't pass through all of those
All of those
things.
things, yeah.
I mean, again, things are hard everywhere, really. Things are hard everywhere, really. So for the most part, just again, sure, some persons, what's it called, is not here. It's somewhere else. But before you make that move, at least check in with yourself. Okay, do I have the facilities to be able to take on this journey
Yeah.
that I put before me? Check your inventory and make sure you have all the necessary equipment.